You think you know what dog love looks like. But what if the biggest sign of love isn't the one you've been celebrating all along? Most people believe that when a dog jumps all over them, showers them with kisses, or follows them everywhere, it means unconditional love. It feels obvious. It feels true. But animal behavior experts have learned that some of the behaviors we call love can actually come from excitement, habit, stress, or even uncertainty. And the real signs of deep trust? They're often so quiet that millions of owners miss them every single day. By the end of this video, you may look at your own dog in a completely different way. Imagine coming home after a long day. The door opens, your dog races toward you, tail wagging wildly. Most people instantly think, "My dog loves me more than anything." It certainly feels that way. But here's the twist. That greeting alone doesn't tell the whole story. Some dogs greet everyone with the same excitement. Some react because they've learned your arrival predicts food, walks, or playtime. Excitement is real, but excitement isn't always the same as emotional security. The difference is subtle, and understanding it changes everything. But if jumping at the door isn't the clearest sign of love, what is? The answer is much quieter and far more meaningful. Dogs are descendants of wolves, animals that survive by forming secure social bonds. Modern dogs have evolved alongside humans for thousands of years, becoming experts at reading our emotions, routines, and body language. Yet they don't experience relationships exactly the way humans do. Instead of expressing love with words, they communicate through trust, comfort, and safety. Those are the signals that matter most. Think about what happens when your dog is resting. If they choose to lie near you while completely relaxed, maybe with their eyes half closed, or even exposing part of their belly without asking for attention, they're doing something incredibly important. They're showing they feel safe enough to lower their guard. In the animal world, relaxing around someone isn't weakness. It's confidence. It's saying, "I don't need to stay alert because I trust you." And that leads to another myth almost everyone believes. Many people think a dog that follows them everywhere must love them the most. Sometimes that's true, but sometimes constant following can be linked to anxiety or uncertainty rather than pure affection. A dog that truly feels secure often has no problem relaxing in another room because they already trust you'll come back. Ironically, confidence in your return can be a stronger sign of a healthy bond than never leaving your side. We'll come back to that in a moment because another everyday behavior tells an even bigger story. Have you ever noticed your dog quietly checking on you? Maybe they look up from across the room, make eye contact for just a second, and then go back to resting. That tiny glance may seem meaningless, but it's actually part of what's called social referencing. Dogs naturally check in with trusted people to understand whether everything is okay. They don't need constant attention. They simply want reassurance that their world is safe. That's very different from demanding attention every second. If this is already changing the way you see your dog, take a second to like the video and subscribe. There are so many incredible things dogs communicate without making a sound, and once you understand them, your relationship becomes even stronger. Now let's talk about one of the biggest misunderstandings of all, licking. People often say, "My dog kisses me because they love me." Sometimes licking can absolutely be an affectionate social behavior, but it can also mean they're exploring your scent, asking for attention, responding to salty skin, or even trying to calm a stressful situation. Dogs don't have one universal meaning for licking. Context changes everything. So if licking isn't the ultimate proof of love, what behavior almost never lies? Watch your dog when nothing exciting is happening. No treats, no toys, no walk, no visitors, just an ordinary afternoon. If your dog chooses to stay near you anyway, even without asking for anything, that's one of the strongest indicators of emotional attachment. They're not there because they expect a reward. They're there because your presence itself has become rewarding. That's a completely different kind of relationship. But here's something even more surprising. Some owners worry because their dog doesn't constantly seek cuddles. They wonder if something is wrong. The truth is that every dog has a unique personality. Some express affection physically. Others simply prefer being close without direct contact. A dog sleeping a few feet away instead of on your lap may still be expressing complete trust. Love doesn't always look dramatic. In fact, the calmest relationships are often the strongest. Think about close human friendships. You don't need to fill every moment with conversation to know someone cares. Comfortable silence is a sign of security. Dogs often communicate in exactly the same way. Peaceful companionship can be more meaningful than constant excitement. Now here's a behavior that surprises many owners. When your dog briefly looks away during petting, some people think they're losing interest. But dogs often use small breaks to regulate emotions. Looking away can actually mean they're comfortable enough to stay relaxed instead of becoming overwhelmed. Reading these tiny signals helps avoid misunderstanding what your dog is trying to say. And then there's trust during vulnerable moments. Does your dog sigh deeply before falling asleep near you? Do they stretch out completely instead of curling tightly into a protective position? These aren't random habits. Relaxed breathing, loose muscles, and comfortable sleep around you often reflect a nervous system that feels safe. Safety is one of the greatest gifts a dog can experience. But perhaps the most powerful sign of love happens when your dog feels uncertain. Imagine hearing a strange noise outside. Many dogs instinctively glance toward the person they trust most before deciding how to react. They aren't just looking for information. They're looking for emotional guidance. Your calm response helps shape theirs. That silent moment reveals a partnership built over countless shared experiences. It's easy to focus on dramatic displays of affection because they're exciting. But the deepest bonds usually reveal themselves in ordinary moments. Quiet companionship, relaxed body language, gentle eye contact, a peaceful nap nearby. These behaviors don't go viral on social media, yet they often tell the truest story. So what's the biggest myth about dog love everyone believes? It's the idea that love has to be loud. Real love isn't always jumping. It isn't always licking. It isn't always following you everywhere. Sometimes the strongest expression of love is a dog who feels so completely safe with you that they can simply exist by your side without asking for anything at all. The next time you look at your dog, don't just watch for excitement. Watch for comfort. Watch for trust. Watch for the quiet moments that most people overlook, because your dog isn't trying to impress you. They aren't performing for attention. They're communicating in the language they've always known. And once you learn to understand that language, you'll realize something beautiful. Your dog isn't just behaving, they're telling you every single day that with you, they've found a place where they truly feel safe.